My brother uninvited me from his own wedding to please his jealous bride. I flew to New Zealand instead. While his wedding fell apart, they called me 47 times. I was on airplane mode. Throwaway because my family knows my main account. So this happened last month, and my family is still giving me hell about it. So I need to know if I'm actually the asshole here. I, 28F, have always had a complicated relationship with my older brother, Mike, 32M. Growing up, he was the golden child. Could do no wrong in our parents' eyes. I was the difficult one because I chose a career in art instead of something practical like Mike's finance job. Mike got engaged to his girlfriend, Stephanie, 30F, about a year ago. I was genuinely happy for them, despite our rocky relationship. I figured this would be a chance to maybe rebuild our connection as adults. The engagement party was my first red flag. Stephanie made several comments about my bohemian lifestyle and how I must struggle financially. I don't. I actually do quite well. Mike just laughed along. Whatever, I thought. Not everyone gets art as a career. Then came the wedding planning. My mom called to tell me that Stephanie had chosen her bridal party, and I wasn't in it. That stung, but okay. We weren't close. But then I found out my cousin Jessica, 25F, was a bridesmaid. Jessica and I are equally close to Stephanie, which is to say, not close at all. When I asked my mom about it, she got weird and defensive, saying Stephanie had her reasons. A few weeks later, I found out what those reasons were. My aunt let it slip at a family dinner that Stephanie didn't want me in the wedding party because she was afraid I'd show her up and make it about myself because I'm more conventionally attractive. I was stunned. I've never been the type to steal anyone's thunder. I'm introverted and usually fade into the background at events. But it got worse. Mike called me and asked me to tone down my appearance at the wedding. No red lipstick, my signature look. No wearing my hair down. And he suggested I wear a dress Stephanie had picked out for me. A matronly, shapeless beige thing that looked like a potato sack. When I asked why, he admitted Stephanie was insecure and wanted to make sure all eyes were on her. I told him I'd wear something appropriate and respectful, but I wasn't going to deliberately make myself look dumpy to soothe his fiancé's insecurities. He got angry and said I was being selfish and proving Stephanie right about me being self-centered. Then came the real kicker. 2 months before the wedding, my mom called. Very apologetically, she told me that Mike and Stephanie had decided to have a small, intimate wedding and they were cutting down the guest list. I was being uninvited. But somehow the wedding was still 150 people, just not including me, Mike's only sibling. I was devastated. My mom begged me not to make waves, saying Stephanie was stressed and Mike would come around eventually. My dad didn't even call me himself, just had mom deliver the message. I cried for days. Then I got angry. Then I got practical. I had been saving for a trip to New Zealand for years, and I thought, why not go during the wedding? I wouldn't have to sit at home feeling sorry for myself, and I wouldn't accidentally run into wedding guests around town. I booked a 3-week trip. Hiking, sightseeing, complete digital detox at a remote lodge for the last week. I told my parents my plans. My mom cried and said I was being vindictive and making this about me. I told her I was excluded from the wedding, so what I did that day was literally none of their business. I left for New Zealand 2 days before the wedding. I put my phone on airplane mode and didn't look back. Apparently, the wedding was a disaster. From what I've pieced together from dozens of angry voicemails and texts I received after I got back, Stephanie had a meltdown the morning of the wedding because the flowers were peonies instead of garden roses. She refused to leave the bridal suite for 2 hours while everyone waited. When she finally came out, she got into a screaming match with Mike's best man because he made a joke she didn't like during photos. At the reception, Stephanie accused one of Mike's female coworkers of flirting with him and threw a glass of wine on her. Mike's best man gave a toast that apparently wasn't enthusiastic enough. And Stephanie started crying and left the reception for 45 minutes. They never did the first dance or cake cutting. Stephanie demanded they leave early, and Mike complied, leaving 100-plus guests at a party that fell apart without the bride and groom. During all of this chaos, my family apparently tried to reach me. My mom called 47 times. My dad called 15 times. Mike called 23 times. Even some aunts and uncles tried to contact me. The voicemails ranged from, "Please call us back," to, "Where are you?" to, "How could you do this to your brother on his wedding day?" When I finally landed back in the country and turned on my phone, it exploded. The gist of the messages was that I should have been there to help calm Stephanie down and support the family during the disaster. Apparently, my mom had a panic attack, and I wasn't there for her. Mike said I was punishing him by not being available during the worst day of his life. I was genuinely confused. I pointed out that I was literally uninvited. I wasn't a guest. I wasn't family in their eyes that day. So how was I supposed to help? My mom said that family is family, and I should have been reachable for emergencies. I asked what the emergency was. Was someone dying? No. Was someone injured? No. So there was no actual emergency, just drama at a wedding I was explicitly excluded from. Mike said I'm a selfish brat who abandoned the family when they needed me. Stephanie, who has never apologized for anything, posted on social media about fake family members who show their true colors when things get tough. I told them all that they excluded me so they couldn't be mad that I excluded myself from their drama. I said I went on a lovely vacation, and I wasn't going to apologize for not being available to manage a grown woman's tantrum at an event I wasn't invited to. Now half my family isn't speaking to me. My mom says I'm tearing the family apart. My dad says I should have been the bigger person. A few cousins have reached out privately to say they think the whole situation was messed up and they don't blame me. Mike and Stephanie are apparently taking space from each other after the wedding disaster, and somehow this is also being blamed on me because I created negative energy by going away. So, Reddit. AITA? Should I have stayed home and been available despite being excluded from the wedding?